Hi, this is Avicii, and you're watching JadoreHouseMusic.com.
So, what do you think about Vancouver so far?
I love it. It's very beautiful. It's a beautiful city.
Tell me how you first got into music and later producing music. What were your influences? Why did you get into it?
Well, I kind of played guitar before, and I wasn't very good. And then I heard like some of Daft Punk's earlier stuff, and then I kind of just wanted to give it a try. And I downloaded my first sequencer, and then I got hooked like straight away.
You have your own unique style that defines you as Avicii and Tim, and so what would you say it is, and what's your secret in finding that?
Like melodic house. I'm not sure that's what I would call it. You know, I'm just trying to keep it kind of melodic and still very big.
So what do you think makes that difference? Like when you think of making a track or producing a track, what do you think it needs to make it that big hit?
Well, it's so hard with that. You know, like it completely like depends. I just think like hits just kind of happen, and to some extent, and then there's obviously the manufactured hits, but I mean in general there's so many tracks that you were like not that it's bad, but like really did it get so big? Like how could it get so big? That like I think it's hard to just have a formula for a hit. I think it's all depending on the timing and mostly the timing and luck and just everything.
So when you're making a track, do you kind of feel like this is going to be a good song, or do you just kind of hope it will be?
Well, I just know like what I like, right? So I like, but I realize a lot of tracks that I think are like just okay that I've done end up getting much bigger than I thought they would be, and then tracks that I think are amazing end up getting much smaller. So it's the same thing there. Like it's so hard to predict.
So we were interviewing John Dahlback, another Swede, and what do you think about him? Where did you guys first meet, and what's the secret you could tell me about him?
Well, we first met through my manager, who is in touch with Joya Records. So they kind of set it up, and he did a remix for one of my tracks called Alcoholic. And then they proposed us it would be cool for us to do a collabo. And then obviously I've been really into his sound from before. So for me it was a big honor to be able to work with him. And then we kind of just went to his studio and kind of just played around a bit. He's the most laid-back person one of the most laid-back people I've ever met, I think, yeah.
You guys all talk Swedish together?
No, we speak English.
Why?
Yeah.
Why did I surprise me like this?
You talk Swedish, yeah.
What's house music like in Sweden right now? Is it very big or not so much?
It's getting there. I mean, slow. It's not like the club. We don't have much of a club culture in Sweden, but house music itself is quite big. So all the clubs play house, but the club scene isn't very big, but it's getting there.
Well, there must be something going on because the biggest people in the industry are now all Swedish. So what is it? Where do you guys get all this inspiration from?
I think it's because it's so cold. It's so cold like throughout like 10 of the months, and it's raining and the weather is shit. So you have to find something to do. And then I think as well that with all the Swedes are already big inspirations to newer generations, you know. At least for me it was like that, you know, watching the Swedish House Mafia and Dahlback and Adam Beyer and all of these like big Swedish producers. It kind of felt like you had a chance or whatever, and that kind of really helped you keep your spirits up when you were producing and everything and not giving up.
So what's your festival or a gig that you'd love to play at in the future that you still haven't gotten a chance to?
Tomorrowland, probably. Yeah, it's the festival I would like to play, yeah.
Which one's been the most fun so far? What's your favorite memory while you were DJing?
Sensation, I think. Sensation, why, yeah.
And other than obvious reasons, why?
No, just because it's been one of those like milestones that I really like. Like I remember when I first started producing, you know, it was like one of my biggest goals to be able to play at Sensation, and then when it came through, it was kind of, you know, just felt like I'd come to a certain point, you know.
And you work with some big names like Tiesto and Grosso and John Dahlbach, and how does it feel to work with so many like great people in the industry?
No, it feels great. I mean, obviously, as a lot of them have been my influences since I started, right? So it's been very cool to be able to work with them, and you know, to have their, like, they accepting me and everything. So it's been great.
And who would you say we need to watch out for next?
Well, like a very good friend of mine back in Sweden is doing very well in the studio. He has a couple of unreleased stuff that's really looking big. It's called Otto Knows. He is really good, definitely one to look out for. And Phil Good as well, who has been studying and stuff, but he's really getting... I did some stuff with him a while back as well, but he's really getting into it now and starting to come up with some really cool productions.
Could you tell us what you're working on next and what we could expect out of you next?
I'm working on a collaboration with Tiesto and Sebastian Ingrosso, and yeah, I'm just gonna try. Besides that, I'm trying to lay off the remixes a bit and try to focus more on my solo stuff for the rest of 2010.